Just want to wish you an amazing 2021. I hope you love yourself more. I hope you achieve all your goals for this year. So I hope Corona goes away, to be honest.
It's funny how my heart is wired. It doesn't make any sense to me. But who am I to question my feelings? I'm leaving you for someone else, but it's not who you might think it is. It's someone who you're already loving. I've been over this for
Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, karibu sana. If you haven't yet subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. We are in 2021 and you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, so click the subscription button and click the notification bell so that you can be notified anytime I upload a video. And also, happy new year everyone, and even for my new subscribers, happy new year to you too. I hope 2021 will be the year for us. I know people who don't want to hear people saying that 2021 or make plans about 2021, but it's important to plan. I know 2020 was the ghetto, but this is a new year, and I know this year will be different, and we've learned so many things from 2020. We had to learn so many things, and it was preparing us for something. It was preparing each person for something great. I don't know how it has affected you, but for me, as much as I felt the pressure last year, for me, I feel like this year I can fly, to be honest. There's nothing I don't think I can do. So based on the title of the video, I'm going to answer 20 random questions that I haven't looked at, and it will be just a way of you guys to get to know me better. I didn't want to do the random questions for what's your name, what's your address, what's your number, etc. I wanted to do something totally different, out of the box questions that would make me also think a bit and challenge me as well. So the first question, what's your favorite way to spend a day off? My favorite way to spend a day off, will encompass food and a nice series. Basically, that's it. And a really quiet place. Would you say you are more of an extrovert or an introvert? I am in between. I tend to be so extroverted around people that really know my personality, and then I tend to be introverted around people who really don't know me or people that I'm still trying to learn. So I think I am in between. I also get really drained when I hang around people for a very long period of time. So I try to distance myself just to recharge, just to make sure that my energy is at the right place. Are you into podcasts, and do you only listen to music? I do both, but mostly towards the end of last year, like in September, I was listening to more podcasts when I go for my walks, because I do 10k steps. I try to do 10k steps a day. So when I go for my walks, I tend to gravitate towards listening to podcasts because I learn more, only because I want to be more productive. So the only way that you can learn is by listening to productive podcasts. So recently I've been listening to a lot of motivational podcasts, a lot of like things that inspire you. So I've been listening to Jay Shetty a lot. I've been listening to another podcast called New Mindset Who Dis. Basically my podcasts are motivational. Then another one that I really love is my best friend's podcast. It's called Stories Hard to Tell. I'll put a link in the description box. You should go and definitely check her out. I also featured there, so just go and check her out. She's really good at what she's doing, and support her. Yeah, basically that's it. What's the phone app that you use most? It has to be YouTube, then Instagram. YouTube, because I learn a lot on YouTube, and also it's just because it's an entertaining, there are more things to do with entertainment. There are also a lot of things to do with learning different skills, learning, just having more knowledge about different things. How do you take your coffee? Black, no sugar. That's how I take my coffee. What originally got you interested in the current field of work? So let me give you a little background. I did my undergraduate course in USIU, International Business Administration. I focused on entrepreneurship. Then when that was done, I'm currently just finishing my postgrad in migration studies. Initially, I wanted to do international relations before for my undergrad, but then I didn't have a lot of knowledge on it, and I didn't know how to go about it. So I settled for business, and then that's how you know, like, when you're aligned, you just go back to what you are meant to do. So I got the opportunity to do this migration course, and it has really expanded my knowledge in international relations, international studies. Basically, the migration studies is to do with migration, how people migrate, why people migrate from one area to another, the causes of migration, just different migration governance, policies, just a lot to do with migration. So I honestly love what I'm doing now. I honestly enjoy I've enjoyed the classes that I've been going to. I have enjoyed working with so many different migration experts. So yeah, I don't know what originally got me interested was the fact that I loved international relations, but I had to look for something under international relations that I wanted to focus on, and that was migration studies. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. When will you know you've made it? I feel like I'll know I've made it when I have multiple streams of income and when I'm happiest. Like when I'm happy, I'm at the happiest with what I'm doing, career-wise, life-wise, family-wise, all those things. So I feel like that's when I'll know I've made it. Have you ever had imposter syndrome? A lot of times. There are times that I doubted my abilities, times that I doubted my skills, times that I even looked at myself and I was like, would I even do that? But let me tell you, how I came to overcome this was I came to learn that I have all the necessary skills, I have all the necessary tools, I'm confident, I am all these things. So why am I holding myself back? Your mind holds yourself back a lot. You doubt a lot, you get fearful, you wonder what people would say, you wonder your opinions about people, but you should skip that and just do what you love, and things will fall into place. That's how that's my new mindset. And also just taking a day at a time, knowing that you're not perfect, but you can work on certain skills. If you aren't perfect at something, seek to find knowledge, seek to learn more about a certain situation, a certain topic, a certain something that you're interested in. First of all, I need to mention that YouTube, I had thought about doing YouTube, but all those years I have always been scared. I've always been scared about, one, how people will view me, two, if I am even confident enough, or if I have the skills or qualities of being a YouTuber. But honestly, all those things don't matter. You just have to be yourself. So yeah, the question was, have I ever had imposter syndrome? Yes, I have. But am I working to overcome it? Yes, I am. What is it like growing up as a middle child? For me, it was just normal. For me, my parents never saw us really differently. They never treated us differently. They have always tried to be as equal to each and every one of my siblings and I. And yeah, for me, there's nothing special, honestly, for being a middle child, or nothing I can complain about. If you have children, how do you want to raise them? First of all, I'd make sure that they don't lack anything. Second of all, I'd want them to tap into their talents and their gifts and not just focus on education. Education also will be key, but also just tap into their skills and make sure that they do what they love rather than what I want them to do. I wouldn't want to be a pushy parent, or my kids complaining that they wanted to do something else and I refuse, or all those things. I also want to be my kids' friends and just make sure that they can talk to me about anything, and just, being able to advise them and share with them my experiences. It's important to have such a close relationship with their children. They view life differently, they view relationships differently, they view others differently. Even just how you treat others reflects on them. So basically, it's a whole lot of things. I can't put my plans on parenting yet. Also, I haven't yet given birth or had a child, so I really don't know how that will turn out. But I look forward to being a parent at some point. So All these things are things that I really need to deeply think about. What personality traits do you share with your relatives? I feel like we are all strong, really strong personalities. Like people, most of my relatives are so strong-willed and very outspoken in a very good way. Like people speak up their mind, they just tell you as it is, and that's something that I really love. But also it's annoying at some point. But anyway, it's so funny that you can find so much similarities with people that you share the same bloodline with, and just relatives in general, but you are very different in many ways. It's weird. It's really, really weird. What makes you feel at peace? I feel like prayer makes me feel the most at peace, and being in God's presence. I just wish to just let you guys know that I have always been going to the church. I've always been praying. I've always been doing these things, but it reached a point where I really had to seek God's face and seek God's presence upon my life, and it has been amazing for the past, since last year, 2020. At the end of last year, I was really, really, really into growing an intimate relationship with God, and it has been like that. I have really grown spiritually. I've grown a very serious, intimate relationship with God. I am at a happy place. I'm experiencing God's goodness. I'm experiencing His mercy. I'm experiencing a lot of His faithfulness. It's been amazing. So what makes me feel mostly at peace is prayer and just being in God's presence. If you could snap your fingers and instantly make the world better, what would you do? I feel like what I'd do is make everyone kind, one. And two, I would make sure that everyone gets a job or gets an opportunity to do something that they can build their life and make a living out of it, and just make sure that they do something that they're happy about. I feel like those are the things that I would do, only because when you are doing the things that you are happy about, you are the most fulfilled, you're the happiest, you're happy towards other people, you're not miserable. So yeah, that's what I'd probably do. How do you define beauty? Beauty to me is not the physical. So basi, you can be very beautiful outside, you can have nice hair, you can look good, you can have a good figure, you can be making money, you can be doing all these things, but for me it's just the core and how you treat other people. If you're kind to others, if you show love towards people that you don't even know or you're not even related to, those are things that encompass what beauty is. And just being able to exude grace and exude confidence, those are all beautiful. That's what beauty for me means. You can be all these things physically, but what happens in the inside and what is in the inside is what matters. Even if you're pretending to be someone that you're not, eventually people will catch up to who you are. So it's basically what's inside, honestly, and what is in your core. That's what beauty is defined. That's how I define beauty. What's on your bucket list? 1, to be more consistent on my channel. 2, to grow my social life and make new friends and network and build on my friendships. 3, to travel more. 4, to build my career. Not YouTube, but now my career, the professional career. And 5, to continue growing my relationship with my Father in heaven, the Almighty, my Maker, all that, just to grow a very intimate relationship with God and Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit, all that. Do you think you'll likely accomplish your dreams? Yes, through Christ all things are possible. I will definitely achieve all my dreams, and this is something that I'll come and probably I'll be setting a higher bar for myself, because I feel like I have been setting such a low bar for myself, and I know I can accomplish more than I have set for myself. So I know in my lifetime I will obviously, not even obviously, I know I will achieve my dreams. Yeah. And I've also planned. I'm also making plans. There's usually a quote for, when you don't make a plan, you plan to fail, something like that. So I also have a plan on how I'll accomplish these things, but I know I can't do all these things with my own doing, but I will obviously look up to God to just give me the grace to accomplish everything that I am looking forward to accomplish. what's the first thing you do in the morning? The first thing I do is pray. As I've said, I'm really trying to grow an intimate relationship with God. So yeah, the first thing I do is pray. Then the second thing I do is make my apple cider water that I take all through the morning. Basically, that's it. And then now everything falls into place. What's your idea of a perfect date? My idea of a perfect date would be going to a really nice fine dining restaurant and having like a lunch or a dinner, then having like random plans afterwards. You know, those plans that you never think of during the date. You just decide, oh, let's go for a movie, or let's go for a walk somewhere, or let's do this. That's like a perfect date for me, only because I love dates that make me have good memories about the person that I'm going on a date with, if that makes sense. At a party, where can someone find you? Either on the dance floor or somewhere in the party talking to someone random. That's it. If you could change anything about yourself, would you? If so, what and why? Right now, at the place that I'm at, I probably wouldn't change anything about myself. I feel like everything that has been happening in my life, or that has happened in my life, has built me up to where I am at. So if I did change anything, I'd probably be in a different situation or a different place or a different, so I would never change anything about myself or anything about my journey. I've learned to accept things as they are. I've learned to accept my journey. I've learned to accept myself. I've learned to accept my body. I've learned to accept that everything is working for my good. Everything is working for my favor. So I honestly wouldn't change anything, to be honest. Anyway, that's the end of my video. I've been talking fast, but I really hope you enjoyed this video. If there are any other videos you'd want to hear, if there are any other things that you want to know from me, comment down below. If there are videos that you want to recommend, comment down below. I'd be happy to do those videos. I also just want to wish you an amazing 2021 if I haven't yet. I hope you accomplish all the things that you've set to accomplish. I hope you love yourself more. I hope you motivate yourself more. I hope you achieve all your goals for this year. And yeah, and just I hope Corona goes away, to be honest. But anyway, I'll see you guys on my next video. I love you so much. And yeah, basically, bye. See you next time. Mwah.